I wanted to share the evangelism spotlight. We decided to put this as part of the service because we believe that a working church is a living church, and it's really inspiring when we get to see how God is working the lives of people throughout the week. And truly, we're getting to see miracles taking place in people's lives every week with our church, and I want to share some of them with you. For one, in our small groups that we started in July, God has really been blessing those small groups. We heard a testimony this Tuesday of Haley. She is the wife of my cousin, and my cousin and Haley, they gave their hearts to Jesus in 2025, this last year, and they said that it was one of the hardest years of their life, but it's also been one of the most rewarding. And that we asked in our small group, what has been the highlight of your year? And she was talking about how they really gave their hearts to Jesus. And they've been coming to our small groups every single day, finding strength and courage, and they've been growing. And it's really awesome to see my family coming to Jesus as well. And through the small group, Shanicia has also she's been leading a small group, the women's ministry, on Thursday, and her sister from Georgia was able to join the small groups. We have them both online and in person, so people can go to both. And her sister started to lead a small group on Wednesday with Katharina. If you remember Katharina and Willie from Canada, Katharina leads a small group as well. And it's really been a way that people have been able to reach their children, their families, their parents, their siblings, that sometimes distance separates us. Sometimes we can't really invite them on Sabbath, but we can invite them to a spiritual Bible study or group where one thing that we hear so frequently is that people say the topics have been exactly what they needed to hear. Marissa, also, some of you know Marissa. She's staying at Patty's cabin. She has been joining our small groups with the women's ministry, and she's grown a lot. She's been able to be very encouraged and speaking up more often. She has biblical insights and wisdom to be able to share with others and to be able to see people flourishing in their experience, not just during the studies, but during everyday life. You know, when the rubber meets the road and you're faced with real problems in real life, it's not just like the theoretical scriptures, but it's practical biblical solutions to our daily problems. And God has been working in people's lives through the evangelism efforts of our church. One last story that I'll share is there's a lady named Gloria. She's been attending our Bible studies, and each week on Saturday at 4 p.m., every week we record a short Bible study for the small groups. And it's from the Bible studies, we pick practical topics, and if you guys have suggestions on what topic to cover, we're more than happy to cover them as well. Sometimes people have asked about forgiveness. Some have talked about loneliness and how to deal with loneliness or discouragement or being a witness in the workplace, or some different topics we've covered. And one of them, Gloria, has been attending, and she has found such a revival in her life and in her home. She shared a text with me one Sabbath that I did one on anger, and dealing with anger problems, and she watched it. She shared it with her husband, who's not a professed Christian. He's not a believer, but he was so encouraged by the small group study that week that he subscribed to our YouTube channel, and he wants to go through all of those practical lessons. And Gloria's been sharing it with her family and throughout in Africa as well as throughout the United States. And she is so excited that even the simple things like inviting someone to come to a study can make such a profound difference in people's lives. So if you think about it, the vision with a small group is that we keep them small intentionally. There's about 6 to 12 people per group. And the goal is we want to grow to about 12 to 15, and then we'll split into 2 different groups. We have a vision for division. And we started with 1, then it grew to 2, and now we're at 3, and we're almost at our 4th one too, by having them grow. And we're looking for people who are interested in leading a small group too, those who may want to help facilitate a discussion. But if you think about if each family brings one person. You don't even have to bring a whole bunch of people or think about the entire community or bringing a list of others. If every person just brought one person to the group, if we started with 6, we'd already be at 12, and we'd be ready to split again and to grow and reach more people. So sometimes evangelism can feel stressful, overwhelming, and we feel like we don't know enough, or we don't have enough, or maybe our life isn't ready. But we all can invite someone to come to a Bible study. We all can invite someone who may be seeking. And as you go throughout the week and you find that maybe someone's been church hopping and they've been going to place to place trying to find where they belong, sometimes that could be an indicator, hey, they're looking for community. They're looking for a sense of belonging, and we can use that to invite people to the small groups. And it's really been a powerful tool to stay connected during the week, where it's not just on Sabbath where we say, hey, happy Sabbath, it's good to see you. But during the week, there's no prayer or connection or conversation. Something changes in the relationship dynamics in the church when we meet together during the week. So God has really been blessing with the small groups, and I encourage you, if you haven't attended one, come check it out. We have 3 of them throughout the week. And if not, then please continue to pray for them. Pray for the studies. Pray for the people. There's a lot who are just in the beginning of their journey with Christ, and they are learning and growing. There's a lot of opportunities there. So that's what we have for the Evangelism Spotlight. Next, we're going to have prayer and testimonies led out by Sister Kathy.